Okay. Hey, y'all. So, as you can see, the environment around me is a little bit different. So, the way that our move is being structured, I may have explained this before, but we closed on the other house, and there was no overlap between the time we closed on that house and the time we're closing on the new house. So that gets us, that has us displaced for a couple weeks in this place. And this place is actually really nice. I always thought that I hated this part of town, but I actually really, really like it. I feel like I would have absolutely loved to grow up in this area. Hey, how are you doing? And I'm just gonna explain, what's been going on since I haven't streamed in like a month. So first and foremost, happy birthday to Robert Lamb. He is 80 years old today. Wow, just crazy. I regret that I don't have a bass or guitar cover to put up for today for him. Just all my stuff's in storage, and I tried to record something. I tried really hard to think of a song that I could play for his 80th birthday, but I just couldn't. So I really regret that. But I did put a video up for Dwayne Bailey's 70th birthday, so that's a little better. So I've been off of work sick the last 2 days of the work week last week. My stomach wasn't feeling not really that good, and my stomach is a little upset right now. So, and also you can see I've got a line on my face. Thought it was just like acne or something. I didn't even see it was a line. My mom pointed it out to me, and I was like, oh, you know what? It's from, so I'll tell you how this happened. So I was doing work at the new house. I was running wire for the speaker system that I'm installing. We're gonna have a surround stereo with ceiling speakers. I was running the wire. I was demoing some of the wire that I ran, and I was just yanking it back because the ceiling is it's like it's like pitched. Yeah. So like the other side, the slope. So I was just like yanking on it, and as you can imagine, wham, right in the face. It's not the first time I've been hit by wires. Just earlier last week, I got hit in the shin with a pretty thick wire. That hurt. So did this. Believe me, it hurts quite a bit. Kind of feels like a sunburn, but yeah, I've had worse. I got slapped in the eye one time with a wire, and I had my eye open when it happened, so yeah. But yeah. So I'll show you around my room a little bit. It's not very big. It's a very small room, like one that y'all 70s or 80s kids might have had. It's just like a 10 by 9 room, I'd say. And the yard's nice too. I like the backyard. I'm gonna show you out here. Let's see. But yeah, we're still in Cibolo. We're just in closer to downtown than before. But the train still sounds the same. Like it's still, like there's really no way of telling like how far you are from the train just by listening to it when it goes by. Like you can hear it from over where I used to live, right over by 35, and it sounds exactly the same, same volume, the sound level's the same. It's crazy. Like you would think, like if you can hear it all the way over there, imagine how loud it must be over here. But it's really not. It's really, really weird. So, yeah. But I do have a video that I'm putting together of the progress of the house. It's mainly my room, but I do show some of the house in it as well. And we're building a shop. I've probably mentioned that before, but we are building a shop, and I'm going to be doing all the electrical work in there. I'll be doing all the conduit, all the boxes, running the wire, and Dad's letting me put a fire alarm system in there, so I'm gonna have one. I recently got a fire panel just last weekend. Terribly sorry about that. Anyway, so we're building a shop, doing all the electrical, and I will be installing a fire alarm system. I got a Silent Night 5700 that I got for a great price. And I've tested it with all kinds of different modules, and it works very good. And I was able to, this actually solved a problem for me. So I have SKSS pulled up right here. So I had to delete it and reinstall it as the 5660 and put in the CD key for 5660 because 5670 wasn't letting me create or open new accounts, and it also wasn't letting me upload or download accounts at all. So once I did that, it actually lets me toy around with this. So I'm gonna have and it is going to be voice. You might ask how I'm gonna do that. Well, if you watch my PS Tools tutorial video, you'll have a good idea of how I'm gonna make it work. So yeah. But that's what I got with that, and I've got a plan to put it together. So I've got, let me go on my eBay. So I'm gonna get this right here, this 5895 XL cabinet. It's a large cabinet, and there's lots of space in it. So I'm planning to get a few of these, which you can just, snap the modules right into, and looks very clean. You don't have to use tons of foursquares, which I hate doing. And yeah, that's the thing that I'm wanting to mount them in right there. I think it'll look very clean. It'll match the panel, which I'll show you the panel. No, jeez, come on. Oh yeah, someone sent me an offer for this. Stop doing that. Oh my gosh. Seriously. Oh yeah, I do have a Silent Night heat detector up for sale. The reason it's so expensive is because they're not made anymore, and this one is in like perfect shape. I have tested it, it does work, and I also got a smoke detector, but unfortunately, I mean, it did work, but I decided to throw it out because the LEDs did not light up, and I took the cover off and I wasn't able to get it back on because the tab snapped. So yeah, that's a bit unfortunate, but yeah. I also had two of those pull stations, the Silent Night SD pull stations. I sold those pretty quickly. But yeah, you can see right there they've got these breakaway tabs the modules do. So yeah, like I've been buying a bunch of stuff for the system. Like right here, I've got a dual monitor module, another dual monitor module, smoke detector, and I even bought a color kit for that smoke detector, so I'll be able to have a black detector legally. And I need to find more stuff to add to this, because they have a $99 minimum on all orders that you place on this site, which is dumb, but you know, whatever. So this is like a real world example of like how these things actually work. These things right here. So you just put those in a row, and then your modules will just go right in. So yeah, I spent all day trying to figure out what those things are called, because I saw them in a video and I was like, what? I need those. I need those for my setup. So yeah, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. So yeah, it is gonna be voice system. I've got that. I'm gonna use the Wheelock E70 24 MSCW FN, which is the speaker strobe that has the nickel face plate. And then I need to find an alert strobe. And oh jeez, I got an offer for this. This is the color kit I was talking about. This one is ridiculously expensive, so I got the older one, which is why I have that older detector in my cart, because if I were to get a new one, yeah, it's cheaper, but the color kit is way more expensive. I sent a totally random offer, and I'm really shocked it wasn't immediately turned down, just like auto declined. It took the seller about a day to actually decline it, but yeah. So yeah, having an alarm system in the shop is going to be exciting. I'm going to put, well, if you saw the configuration, I'm going to have tornado, fire, flood, and test. And I do actually plan on adding a flood sensor in one of our drainage pipes, so that if there's, you know, constant water flow on that thing for 10 seconds, it will activate the alarm and say, oh, it's flooding. And I may just have it do a siren, because I doubt that there are any actual messages for flooding. I mean, I'm sure they're out there, but people probably don't disclose them because they are technically proprietary. But I know military bases, they have all that stuff because it's required now. But yeah, so we'll be in this place probably another 2 weeks. Like, as soon as we close on the new house, we will be out of here. Like, the day we close, like, you know, Dad's got our mattresses and bed frames in the front of our storage unit. So, like, the day we close, we go and get those real quick, snap them together, and put them in the house so we can sleep in the house the first night, which that's gonna be awesome. And you know, I've been going there like every day for the past week or so, because they were pouring the concrete for the shop, the foundation for the shop. So I went over there. Dad helped me do an underground run, conduit for just under the floor of the shop, going to the other side, just so I don't have to run conduit over the like on the ceiling, just make it look nicer, I guess. So yeah, we did that, and then we need to establish a run from there to the house, but we can't do that until after the shop has been built and inspected, because if we do it before, then it's like, it's conflicting because it's not part of their plan to have that. But I do have, I threw together an LB with like a reducer coupling and a rigid coupling, and then 1-inch conduit connector on an LB. I threw all that stuff together for 20 bucks, siliconed it, so it's ready to go. We're going to be running it from, we got a 100 amp breaker that is going in. The electricians need to put it in, and then once the shop is built, we're going to trench, dig out the pathway and put the conduit in and just fill her back. So yeah, the house is really coming. It's pretty much done. The security system's installed. I actually went in there today and tested the security system. It works very well. It works very, very well. I armed it. I figured out how to do it. I figured out how to use the stupid thing. I don't even know how, but I figured out how to use it. So I armed it, and I set off the motion sensor in the living room, and yeah, it went off, and it was quite loud. It was very loud. I'm thinking about replacing the siren with one of my notification appliances, just so it's, not as loud, but, still, like, grabs your attention. So, yeah, that'll be if Dad lets me. But, yeah, so, that's pretty much it. That's really all that's been going on. I've been trying to work a lot, things getting slow, and, that happens. But, like I said, I was off sick these past couple days of the last week, and, some of that came back just now. But, I'll definitely still try and get something for y'all. Whether it's a tutorial on SKSS, and I will have a whole video of the installation process of that alarm system. Not the security system, the fire alarm system that's going in the shop, and I will be monitoring it. I'm just going to use a relay that'll send me a text message whenever it's whenever the switch is closed. So yeah, and I've got this thing mapped so that all of these events will activate the general alarm relay. And this will make more sense if I put out a tutorial on it. But you can see, if I go to mapping, supervisory, none of those will be activated if no one's home, because those are buttons that'll activate those. But manual pull and water flow, those are ones that, well, water flow can be activated if we're not there. Like, if it starts raining excessively, then, this will go off, and then the relay on the panel will close, and I will get a text message saying that an alarm has occurred. So, yeah, I've got my input zones and my output groups on here. Just map it to each one, like detector, alarm. This sets off, general alarm, and my onboard relays, which is 125. Super activates a supervisory relay, all 4 of them. Water flow and manual pull, they all activate their respective zones, and the alarm relay. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be using. I'm just going to be putting that switch across this, so that whenever this clicks, it'll send me a text message And then I'm thinking about adding another relay for speaker override, because I do want to have like kind of a speaker system for, listening to music, and I want that to cut off whenever this goes off. So yeah, maybe even like put it so like, that's on normally closed, and then when it clicks, it'll switch to the speaker output for the alarm. Just have to make sure that that's safe. But yeah. Well, actually, those things have two sets of contacts, so yeah, it should be totally safe. Although they probably will go to the same speaker. If I'm if I'm willing to do that. But yeah, so that's really all there is with this thing. So yeah. Anyway, that's really all I have for now. It's not super eventful, just, me being sick and getting smacked in the face with wires and, just moseying around because I don't know what to do right now. I don't have hardly anything with me. But my new room, I am excited to go in there because, I got a new desk. The old one is, I don't know where the old one is now. I really don't care. But I got a new desk from Cons because they're going out of business, so I got it for a great price. I'm going to put it in my new room. I want to get a TV as well. And it's going to be so much fun. I've been spending a lot of money, which, I anticipated would happen around this time. When you move, like, everyone involved is going to spend a lot of money. But, yeah, it'll be worth it. And, Christmas is coming up, so, got to put some expenses aside for that as well. So, just something to keep in mind. So, anyway, that's going to be it for this stream, this little update. I appreciate you guys sticking with me. We're now over 700 subscribers, and that's awesome. Everything is really, it really is more expensive than you think. Like, just a few years ago, Unbox Therapy, several years ago now, Unbox Therapy was saying, like, you can get a lot for $300 these days, and that might have been true back in 2016. The video he said that was in the iPhone SE Snooze Edition. But, he's like, back in the day, you didn't really get a whole lot out of $300. And, like, now, these days, you get a lot for $300. Like, no, not really. Not anymore. So, thanks, jerk. But, yeah, definitely true. Just, like, invest in whatever you can, whatever is profitable and will give you a good return. And just keep going. Just keep going. Just take it one day at a time. Just figure out one thing every day and keep at it. And as always, I will talk to y'all real soon.